What's up, guys? So we're trying out a new segment where I bring business tips from my experience and the experiences of other entrepreneurs that I've seen trying to have success along the way. Today we're talking about all the things not to do when starting a business. We're about to jump in. Let's get started. So there's obviously exceptions to about every one of these rules, but these are super important as I've made these mistakes and I've watched other people make these mistakes, and they really distract you from getting started on actually having success in your business. Let's jump in. Number one, don't get a logo. So I know what you're thinking, every business has a logo, but the problem is that having this pretty graphic isn't helping you to serve your customers. It's not helping you to validate that initial idea. Now, again, these are rules for when you're just getting started with your business. So sure, Apple needs a logo, big companies need a logo, but you don't need a logo to go and serve those customers. You're gonna waste a lot of time and money picking this logo over that one. It's not worth it, it's not necessary. Viral Launch didn't have a logo until we were probably making $50,000, $75,000 a month. Next up, don't get business cards. We were an online business. This is obviously different depending on what kind of business that you have, but we're an online business. So it was probably about a year and a half, 2 years before we had business cards. It's not worth taking the time, taking the money to design and build these business cards. Again, unless you're like a business cards company, having business cards isn't going to help you serve your customers. It's not gonna help validate your business idea, and it's not gonna generate more money for you. At the very least, if you're going and interacting with people, people aren't paying attention to business cards so much. Just get their email, just get their phone number, text them right there, message them on Facebook, Instagram right there. You don't need business cards to start making money and validating those ideas. Next up, don't raise venture capital. Unless it's a capital intensive business like Bird or Lime, where you have to pay for physical objects, or it's like a factory where you have to physically produce things. If this is an online business, an app idea, or anything like that, you should absolutely be validating your business idea before you go and take all this time trying to raise money. You can spend all that time going and validating your business idea, figuring out how can I start making some money so I can grow revenue, so I can grow advertising, grow a sales team, grow my employee base. That's what you should be focused on right off the bat, not going and raising money so that you can hopefully do these things and hopefully your business works once you have this money. You don't need that much money to go and validate those ideas if you're really clever. Next up, don't put a business plan in place. Now, I do think you should have a general sense of what am I going to be offering to my customers? Who are my customers? Who are my competitors? How is everything logistically going to work out? But the problem is you're gonna spend so much time developing a business plan, and in reality, only a couple of things are actually going to go according to that plan. You're gonna learn so much more by actually jumping in, talking with customers, serving those customers, getting feedback from them. I absolutely think that you should forget about the business plan, get a general idea in your mind, and start serving those customers right away. A surprising one, don't charge any money. I actually think that you should be offering, depending on what it is, of course, you should be offering your services or your product for free, or as close to it as you can manage. That way you can get as many customers in the door. If your business or business idea is really that great, you're able to provide them with the value and help them to understand exactly how great your product is. Offering a product for an expensive price because it's premium when nobody's heard of your brand, you have very little customer feedback, you don't even know how well it's going to work, it's just insane. When it came to Viral Launch, we gave all of our initial customers free access to the tools. They used it, they loved it, it was game changing to them, and so they were more than happy to go and share it with their friends, and that's how we grew our customer base, and they were more than happy to come back and pay us for more and more because they saw exactly how effective and how impactful it was to their business. So get out there, go get as many customers as possible, and doing it for free is the best way to get started. So this one is really important, and that is don't get discouraged when things get hard, become uncertain, or become a lot more difficult than you had anticipated. So nothing great was done overnight. Nothing great is done without a lot of work, and it's really just a part of a process that you're going to become that much more familiar with now and down the road. So if you're willing to put in the effort now, it's really going to pay off in the future. And last up, don't leave your job or quit school because you're an entrepreneur with an idea ready to go off and have success. I actually think that you should be putting in those nights, putting in those weekends, grinding out your business to prove it, to start making some revenue so that you can support yourself. So you can take the money from your day job or the money that you have saved up or whatever, while you're working or while you're in school and invest that into the business. If you run out of that capital and you're really just running off of fumes just to stay alive, it's gonna be that much more difficult to put money into the business or to get this business off the ground. I think that you should be willing to spend the time on the nights and the weekends, and if you're not, then maybe the entrepreneurship isn't cut out for you, because it never changes. You know, we have 60 employees and I'm still spending all my nights and all my weekends working on this business, pushing it forward. One, because I love it, but two, because I think it's necessary for us to stay ahead of the competition. All right, guys, those are my tips for what not to do when getting started with a business. Again, I've probably made almost all of these mistakes myself. I've learned from having failure, but also from the success of Viral Launch. I've also seen so many other people make these mistakes, and these, again, can't be applied to every situation. There's obviously exceptions for just about every situation, but these are my tips to getting rid of all the distractions on the front end of starting a business so that you can get off and running on actually having success and serving your customers. I hope this helps, and I hope that you go and you kill it. Thanks so much for checking out the video. If you liked it, please hit the thumbs up. Subscribe if you want to see more. If you want to see the day-to-day, come check me out on my personal Instagram. Thanks so much, guys. Really appreciate it. And come check me out on personal.